Hello. Today I will be talking about movie review number 551. And this movie is called The Twilight Saga 3 Eclipse. The Twilight Saga 3 Eclipse is a 2010 movie from Summit Entertainment directed by David Slade. And this movie is the third Twilight novel, along with the third Twilight movie that stars Kristen Stewart as Bella Swan, Robert Pattinson as Edward Cullen, and Taylor Lautner as Jacob Brack, along with many other actors and actresses in it. I saw this movie on September 11th, 2022 at Regal Cinemas 16 in Deerfield Towne Center, Mason, Ohio, in RPS. And I saw this movie back to back with Breaking Dawn Part 1, which I will be talking about in my next movie review. But Eclipse is about Bella, who is on the verge of graduation. But there are two obstacles that she has to face. First off, there is a string of mysterious killings that grips Seattle, along with a maculous vampire who is continuing on her quest for revenge for what happened in the first Twilight movie. In the midst of it all, Bella is forced to choose between her love for Edward Cullen and her friendship with Jacob Brack. And she knows that her decision has the potential to ignite the struggle between vampire and werewolf. So in the second movie, New Moon, we see Jacob Brack becoming a werewolf, and we see the werewolf clan. Just like in the first Twilight movie, we saw the Twilight clan with Edward's family. We also, in the second movie, we saw Jacob's family, the werewolf clan, and Jacob being a werewolf. So in the first two movies, it is explored, well, more of the second movie, that the vampire clan and the werewolf clan aren't exactly allies. They are enemies, and they have their own turf. And like I said, this is explored in the second film. In the third film, however, the werewolf and vampire clan decide to team up to stop whoever is doing these mysterious killings. Because it might take more than just the vampire clan or the werewolf clan to stop them. They may need to team up to stop this threat. But Bella, who is on the verge of graduation, she is confronted with the most important decision of her life. It all begins with one choice. Does she choose her love for Edward or her friendship for Jacob? And this movie explores the triangle between Bella, Jacob, and Edward. Well, Bella must choose either Edward or Jacob, Bella and Edward, or Bella and Jacob, and this decision is made in the third film. I won't say what because that would be spoilers, of course, but I thought it was a pretty good movie, and I will say that the events of this movie definitely reflect the events of the next Twilight novel, Breaking Dawn. While Breaking Dawn is the last Twilight movie so far, of course, Stephanie Meyer, who is the author of the Twilight novels, has written another book called Midnight Sun, which I believe is reversed, whereas the vampire is a woman, but the student is a boy, is a male. And I heard she might be making more Twilight novels, but I'm not completely sure yet. And I thought it was a pretty good movie because it definitely sets up the events of Breaking Dawn, and something happens at the end of the third movie that basically explores what Breaking Dawn is going to be. Right, in the first movie, we see Bella in school, same thing with the second movie. Third film, she's graduating, and you won't believe what happens next. But yeah, I really enjoyed the Twilight Saga 3 Eclipse. In this movie review, I'll be talking about Twilight Saga 4 Breaking Dawn Part 1. So that's my movie review of Twilight Saga 3 Eclipse. Please stay tuned for my next movie review. Alright, goodbye.